We're going back to the 1800s to Boiling Springs Academy to see what it was like in a one-room schoolhouse during an arithmetic class. Imagine life without electricity, running water, or indoor plumbing. Outhouses with the bathrooms. No one has ever heard of a cell phone, computer, television, airplane, or automobile. Grades 1 through 8 share the same room at the same time. Teachers were strict and rules were followed. Look, listen, and learn.
Okay, our readers are put away. Feet on the floor, nice and straight. You are looking, you are listening, and we are learning together. Good job. Remember, you don't know everything yet, but I'm going to give you some hints today that will help you. Let's remember back to just our last lesson. We had reading, and the wolf was story XIII. Now, that is Roman numerals. Some people think Roman numerals are easy. Some think they're difficult. Let me give you some hints. The value of the number 1. This is our 1. And they look exactly the same. Actually, it's a capital I, but it's the 1. The 5. If I were to take my hand and have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and took my chalk and connected my thumb and my little finger together, what letter do you see? Excellent, a V. In Roman numerals, V stands for 5. Now, if I have 2 of those, a V on top for 5 and a V on the bottom, how many fingers would I be showing? 10. Good. And by using my 5 on top and 5 on bottom, what letter do I have? X. Excellent. Now, we had our hand with our fingers spread for the numbers 1. Let's put it together. And as we put it together, we now have a value of 10. So we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And we pull that thumb down. What letter do you see here? Wonderful, Emily. And thank you for standing. The letter L. L is the equivalent of 50. So when we look at the story, the wolf, it was 10 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. So in our reader, it was story number 13. Excellent job. Now, let's do some arithmetic or ciphering. Ready? Now we're all going to try hard. And do not get upset or disappointed if you don't get the right answer, because that's one thing we know that doesn't work. So, not having success the first time or the 50th time is temporary. But if you give up and quit, that's permanent. So let's start with this morning when you went to the barn to help with the milking. I know, Matthew, you said you helped this morning, and a few others raised their hands. Let's imagine a big spider web in the corner of the barn. And in that web are 3 spiders. Those 3 spiders also had 2 flies caught up in one corner. Story, problem, and I'll say it once. How many legs were caught in that web? How many legs were on the web? Now, little ones, you just tell me about the spider. How many legs? Everyone else? How many legs altogether? Okay, work on your slates. Oh, I love to see those wheels turning. You're working hard. And the answer is, hold them up and let me see. 24. Excellent. Now, I see some of you did. Oh, why did you use 8? Because a spider has 8 legs. They're arachnids. And that prior knowledge, something you already know, helps you solve a problem. So some of you have 8 plus 8 plus 8. And when you add those together with our sign, we're getting our sum of 24. Others, I see you, have 8, but we have 3 8s. So you used a multiplication sign times 3. And you also have a product now of 24. But let's not forget those flies. Okay, flies. How many legs does a fly have? 6. Excellent. Insects have 3 body parts and 6 legs. And there were 2 flies, so how many legs, or the fly legs, do we have? 6 plus 6, or 2 times 6 is 12. We take that sum, add it to the 24 spider legs, and we get a grand total of 36. Excellent. I want you to remember there's more than one way to work a problem. More than one way. Now, let's do some jumping jacks for our brains. Ready? We're going to be using different signs. If you need to write it down, you can. Otherwise, follow along. We'll start with the simple ones first. Ready? 7 plus 3. Subtract 1. Add 4. 7 plus 3. Subtract 1. Add 4. And the answer is? 13. Excellent. 13. 7 plus 3 is 10. Subtract 1 is 9. Add 4. 13. Let's make it a little bit harder. 2 times 4 times 2. Subtract 1. Raise your hand when you've got it. Raise your hand. Good. I like the way you're thinking. Okay, 2 times 4. 8. Times 2. 16. Subtract 1. 15. Now let's take it a step further. And 15 divided by 3 equals 5. I love the way those minds are working. Okay, now I'll give your assignment right after lunch.